Okay, we are almost there. We are very close. A new island. We're on the Love Boat. The Love Boat. Oh. So these are just, I guess, different little barangays on the island here. And we're close. So, very cool. Anyway, right after I got off the, right after I turned off the video, it was sprinkling a little bit, and they wanted to close all the windows, and it is hot. I just said I'm going to go out. So I just got out and I sat right there. Not one drop of rain. It feels so good right now. Nice breeze. It's beautiful. We got some rain over that way. It makes it really cool. So yeah, it's just really nice. So I bought a couple of fishing poles, and we're gonna go fishing. See if we can catch a little bit of some fish. But I don't think my 50-pound test line is going to be enough. But that's all they got. They probably freshwater fishing poles. But I bought them in Lazada, and that's about it. That's all they had. But they're pretty nice. But I don't think they're going to be big enough for these fish. Maybe catch some little fish. They'd be good for bluegill. But yeah, 50-pound test, that's all I got. So we'll see what happens. We'll record it and record how many times my line gets broke. But yeah, and then I went to the store, and all I could find was 50-pound was the highest test I could find. So that's what we're gonna go with, 50-pound. So I'm not sure which. Well, maybe we are gonna go to Almagro first. I don't know. But there's the islands over there. Have different, or well, the island. And it's hard to believe they were all coconuts. There are millions of coconuts on that island right there. Millions of them. And if it were me, I'd want to live right up there on that clearing right there. I'd want to build me a house right there. That would be amazing. What would be difficult would be getting the supplies up there. I could not imagine hauling Portland up there. But that would be just amazing to live up there. Oh man, have the view of the ocean. Probably could buy that for next to nothing. Drainage would be great. Getting water up there would be pretty difficult. They get pretty deep well, I guess. But you got that barangay. I guess that's a barangay. That's another barangay. Another barangay, and around the corner you have another barangay. But I think I was flying my drone over here, if I'm right, or maybe around the corner, but it was around the bend like that, and I took my drone over top and I went down, and it lost signal, and I thought I lost my drone, but luckily it just did a return to home and came right back, and I got it, which is great. But yeah, I thought I lost it. But it's pretty scary, because once it went over that hill right there, of that clearing, that was it, baby. It was it. Wherever it was at was where it was at. I'm kind of scared to take it out on the water too far, but they only say it'll go 6 or 8 miles and come back, so I don't know. I haven't tested that theory yet. One day when I'm rich, maybe I'll do that, where I'm not worried about it going in the water. I thought about putting some floaties on it and taking it across, because I think the floaties it would be okay. I don't know if it would still survive these waves with floaties on it, but you can find it. Anyway, so we're coming around the island here. Really beautiful. coconut trees. I might go up climb the mountains. Make you some moonshine up there. I'm sure there's some streams up there, some springs running down. Yeah, probably not. How could there be a spring? Where would it come from? The river above? I guess the rain, it rains every day here, so maybe there could be a water source for you could do a little still, make you some alcohol. Make you some coconut rum or something. Have plenty of coconut, that's for sure. Coconut moonshine. Don't they even have nothing. You just go up in the mountain, get all your coconuts, and make your moonshine right there. Is there even such a thing as coconut moonshine? I don't know. I don't drink, so I really don't know. So I think, well, I guess Almagro's around the next corner maybe, or even the next one. I think it's the next one. I think when the boat comes back, it stops at all these, is what it does, and that's why it takes so long to get home. It'll go around, stop at every barangay, dropping people off, picking people up. But it's amazing what people are doing to make money here. Just live on, make about 65 or 85 pesos an hour, 600 pesos a day. That's for like a monsoon. 650 for like the foreman, like 650 a day. A good mason, 650 a day. Pesos, it's like $13 a day. So and then that's a 8-9 hour day, so you know, it's, yeah, what is that, 650 times 8, it's about 90 something pesos an hour is all. Not much. I'd love to go find me some land and just build a house, small house just on the island. You know, something you can just come visit and relax for a few days and get back over into the city. Because I mean, you could buy the land for probably, I don't know, 25, 50,000 pesos maybe. And then just build you a small house, something comfortable just to come visit. Maybe solar power. Have maybe some creature comforts, a refrigerator, TV, maybe a small air con. One thing here, I know when I was doing my room remodel, we tore down all that real thin ceiling that they put in. They put this metal in for the ceiling, and they hang the 1/4 inch basically luan on that channel framing, and it's real flimsy. But then they smooth that out, skim coat it, and there's no insulation. The insulation that I found here, now this is in Caballo, I'm probably Manila and little bigger places have more, but when I went to the hardware stores looking for insulation, I had no idea what I was talking about. They have rolls of, it's got metal on one side, it's a thermal barrier, it's got metal on one side, and it's about maybe a 1/2 inch, maybe not even a 1/2 inch, and that's what they call insulation, and you just roll it out. And when I looked at the R factor, it was like an R.37, so not even an R1. So I got on Lazada and got creative and was looking around, and what I found was, and it's not ideal, but I was real careful with it. I found where they make foam pads, and it's a scraps of foam, different colors, different densities or whatever, but it's foam, and you can buy a kilo. I bought 5 kilos for $100. I think it was 5 kilos. It was a huge bag. And then my lights and everything, I made sure I put little buckets around them, and then we insulated with that. And man, what a big difference! Of course, we use drywall. I didn't use 1/4 inch luan. I used drywall. So, and I've got pictures of that. I'll be doing a voiceover on that because all I have is pictures, because I haven't really done any videos. I haven't had time. I've been working, and I just decided last night to pull the GoPros out and start making videos, because I mean this is just beautiful. I mean, this is Almagro, Samar Island, west northern Samar, I think. And I mean, look, you got a fire up there. So I mean, does somebody just live up in the hills? I mean, it wasn't a lightning strike, so or they're up there making maybe making charcoal or something, I don't know. With all them coconut trees, and there's millions of coconuts. It's every island like this. It's crazy. So anyway, getting back to the insulation. So we put that insulation up there on the whole ceiling, and now, and my aircon runs, it cycles, it goes off. Just a big difference. And they don't know what that is here, and they can't run air cons because it doesn't do any good. I mean, the thermal heat coming from the ceiling and the roof is just incredible. So this it helped me. It really helped the electric bill. Now I'm going to put solar in probably next year, and because really I just want to run my air con, and I want to run my my refrigerator, and that's pretty much all I care to run on solar. So I'm not going to be doing. I don't want to do much with it. Just keep the house cool and keep the refrigerator, and that's about all. I'll just pay electric bill, whatever it is. Won't be much, but if I'm thinking correctly, that's not. Maybe Almagro's around the next bend. I'm not sure. That's a cemetery, looks like, over there. I think that's a cemetery. That's not the cemetery I'm thinking of. Where Lola is. Lolo's in a cemetery, but I'm not. That's not it. No, I'm pretty sure that's not it. I'm thinking it's around the next bend. But man, just beautiful. The weather's turned beautiful too. The rain's about gone. A little bit of driftwood out there, probably a piece of bamboo. So another boat out there. I'm hoping we come around the next bend and it's our destination. I don't know what that island is over there. I'd like to find out what all these islands are, the names of them. But yeah, I want to buy a piece of land right on the water. They got a house out here that's on the water. It's just falling apart. People have taken it over, and then they got a great big white. It looks like a hotel, and it looks like. Looks like they just abandoned it, and I'm trying to find out who owns that. You know, the thing is here, if you build something and you just walk away from it, it just sits there, and nothing ever becomes of it. You can't figure out who owns it. There's no, like, the government doesn't come back and say, hey, we're gonna, make this property condemned, or take it over, or sell it, or it just sits there. And it's huge. I'll show this white building, like an apartment or a hotel. I mean, it's just huge. Just sitting there. The owners may have died, passed away years ago. You'd never know. So I told them, I said, well, what would happen if I just went over there, opened it up, went into it, started fixing it up, and just lived in it? My thinking is that, the owner couldn't get too upset if somebody's fixing it up and he comes in and he says, hey, why are you living on my property? Like, oh, well, sorry, I just wanted to live here and I liked it. But really no harm, no foul, I guess. And look at that water over there, blue water. Beautiful, look at that. I mean, I'm gonna probably go. So I'm gonna go swimming over there. Look at that. She's beautiful, blue, almost like a turquoise blue. The way the sun's hitting it. But yeah, want to like just move into it and start fixing it up a little bit and live there, and see what they say. You know, they come back in 5 years. Okay, well, I've lived there for 5 years. It's been fixed up. It's been taken care of. They just call me the groundskeeper. But it's just a shame that it's just sitting there empty, and it's really nice. So we will see. There's another little barangay over there. There's just so much to the Philippines. Then you got another one over there. Now that looks like that might be where the cemetery's at over there, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure why we're going this way. I thought that was Almagro. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I don't know, man. I just love the word. It looks like a big volcano over there. Very nice. Just cruising along. Big barangay over there. So anyway, guys, I'm just trying to get this channel up and going again. I really wanted to make videos the whole time I've been here, but I just been so busy. We just had a baby 2 weeks ago. Working on the wall, working on the room, just every day, 6, 7 in the morning till 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night, and I just haven't had it in me to get the GoPros out and start recording. But I'm getting to a point now. Well, I mean, I'm getting ready to leave in a couple weeks. This will make good content. I mean, it's pretty much the days kind of become repetitive anyway. I'll go to get the GoPro and head up to City Hardware, which is the hardware store here in Caballo, and go in there and I'll show you, look at the limited electrical. It's so frustrating. I'd go to City Hardware and try to buy something, and it was like, I want those sliding doors for my bathroom, for the shower. Oh, sir, not available. This display. So I buy their display. They have to take it all down. Then I go back in. I want to buy that sink and that mirror top to go with the vanity and all that. It's a whole unit. Sir, not available. So I buy the display. Go in there and try to get the same commode I've got downstairs, put upstairs. Not available. I buy the display. And it's like, well, sir, this one doesn't have the toilet seat. That's okay, I'll buy a toilet seat. And it's just every time you go somewhere, in Caballo especially, you cannot find it. Wire nuts, like I said, they don't use them. They use electrical tape, and they just twist the wires together and just wrap it in electrical tape. Now I understand why they unplug everything. They unplug everything. If it's not being used, it gets unplugged. I'm telling you, you don't have to do that here. I've got everything's got wire nuts on it. Everything's good. I went to last time I was in Tacloban, I went and bought I was in Manila. Actually, oh no, Angeles. When I went to Angeles, I went to one of the Wilcons and I bought the all different color wire nuts. And then I guess we're gonna stop somewhere, I don't know. And then I went to what else was it I was gonna buy? Oh, the towel. When you lay the towel, we used the little spacers to go under the towel, and it's got a wedge, and it makes sure that they're level. So I wanted to make sure these towels were level in my bedroom, and in the bathroom, and the walls, and everything else. And they have every piece. They have the wedges. They have the little tool to use the wedges. They have everything you need, except for the little clips that go under the towel, which if you don't have those, everything else is useless. So I bought the wedges and everything, and ended up having to go to Tacloban to get the things to go under the tile to use the wedges. And it's just that kind of stuff where they'll have something. They'll have drywall mud, they'll have the knives, everything you need, but they won't have the tape. They'll have, they'll just have everything you need except for one thing that you need to finish that off. So, anyway, that's part of it, part of being here. And, you know, when I come back, I'm gonna make sure that I bring stuff back with me that I might need. So, but it's hard to just, it's hard to think of what you might need. But it's a challenge sometimes. Sometimes you just have to think outside the box. I mean, that's what Texas Filipino did. He had to use them PVC, and you know, one thing is you watch other people's channels, you watch what they're doing, you learn. I mean, I want to put a door up on my shed I'm building, my little garage I'm building, to put my trike and my other stuff in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a folding door, like in a hangar, airplane hangar. And so I got on last night, started watching a bunch of videos. And lo and behold, it was a Philippine video. A Filipino made a door. It's exactly what I want, and it's very simple, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. And very smart, very ingenious people. The ingenuity is over the top, but sometimes they don't think. The forms, they don't think to seal them before they pour them. They don't, it's just the little things, you know. It starts pouring down rain, they don't cover them up. So yeah, just all those little things. And then the language barrier, man, that really makes it bad. But I was just like, I think it was Brian, but I was just like him. I was like the first, he was like, I watched a video he made, because I came in and I was watching some videos that he had made, and one video where he was pouring concrete, and they stopped pouring at an angle on a tie beam, which is a no-no, and he's just like, should I pull the plug? You know, and it's like, man, you've got to be here. You've got to be on top of it. And I've got a buddy in Angeles. He built a Malabacat. He built a hotel or a little apartment, and he has not really great health, so sometimes he was down, and sometimes he wasn't with it, and it's probably taken him 2 years longer than it should have. You know, they would do a job, they would pour the floor in the bathroom, and end up being that it would flood because they didn't slope it. And you know, it's like me, I made sure we waterproofed my floor. It's on the second floor. We waterproofed it. We put waterproofing in the cement that we put down. We put waterproofing in the mortar. We put mastic over top of the mortar before we put the tile. I mean, it is waterproofed over waterproofed over waterproof. And I wanted to make sure that water wasn't going to get anywhere. So we tested it, and you know, I'm putting tile on all the walls anyway. So technically, with tile on the floor, tile on the walls, I mean, you got very little water can seep in anywhere. But I wanted to make sure that it was completely watertight. And just story after story after story after catching, you know, I look out. I told the Masoon Sonny, I said, hey, don't let them take the ends off of my forms. I got brackets on them, I got them reinforced, I got a lot of screws in them, and if you take them apart, they just get weak. And I want these forms to last until I'm done pouring. They're 3/4 inch, they cost about $100 a form, and that's not a lot of money, but it's a lot of time to make them. So I told him, I said, do not take the ends off of them. I want you to plug the inside and leave that open. Well, I look up, I'm sitting out on the chair on the porch, I look out, and boom, he took that end off of it. Not Sonny, Manuel, the mason. And I just was like, Sonny, get over here. Manuel, get over here. And it's like you gotta bite your tongue. But it was like, Sonny, I specifically told you this morning, do not take the end off of that form. And here it is, the end is taken off the form. I said, you have got to relay what I tell you to your workers, otherwise I'm going to have to tell your workers so that they understand. So anyway, that just over and over and over. But you got to, if I hadn't have been watching, they'd have took the other one off. And you just gotta watch. You just gotta watch. And they've never poured solid walls before, so everything they're doing, they've learned. I mean, they love it. I mean, they don't want to use hollow block anymore. It is faster, it's less expensive, and it's much stronger. Manuel told me he's the mason, and he's a really good mason. And if he wants finish work done, he's a good finisher. But he said, oh, it's very, very, very weak, the way I was talking about building it. Because I was talking about putting the footer in first, and then the rebar coming up from that, and then the columns having the rebar coming up from that out of the footer, and then you build your wall, and you have a column, your bottom column onto that with a stub out for the next wall, and then you just keep moving down. It's all very weak. Very weak. I said, I'll bet you 100,000 pesos that wall, you can't knock it over. And he didn't want to bet, of course, but now that it's done and he sees the way you did it, the way I did it, you know, you put up a wall, you have a part of a column built into that, onto the footer. That's very strong. Then you build your next wall attached to the stub out from that column. That continues on, and that's how you keep your wall straight. That continues on to the next column, and you have your stub out. It's just so on and so on. Well, then above that, you have your next form, which has your design in it, which that just goes right between your columns. So that doesn't actually make a column. So when you're done with that, you now put in your column, and that ties your two columns together, and you have rebar coming out of both with the column coming up the middle with your rebar. So that ties it together, and that sits on top of your column that you've already poured. So you have an extremely strong wall. And he said, now, you know, you could crash an airplane into it, it's not going to move. So they don't know. So this is the first time they've done that, and they don't want to build hollow block anymore. They want to build forms because it's so much faster and so much easier. So, you know, teaching these guys something too along the way, but you got to watch them every step of the way. So I'm really scared. I told my wife I don't really want to go, because I mean, I want to go to relax and get away, but I don't want to go because I don't know what they're going to do. So hopefully they do what I told them to. They had three simple things to do. They had to pour the forms that are already moved and put in place, ready to go. Pour them today. Leave them tomorrow. Don't disassemble them. Let that concrete cure a little bit. Take their footer they've already done and extend it on out and put a column at the end of it. Or just make the footer, put the column rebar in it. The next form in front of that, they're making like a box. The next form in front of that, it basically goes all the way to the end column, and I want two columns in between that with 8 foot, because I'm going to put an 8 foot door in, and that's right in the middle. So in the middle, 4 foot out, 4 foot out, you got a column on each side. So, and then we'll probably I don't know if I'll put a header beam in, or if I'll just use 2x4 or 4x8 treated, because it's just a roll-up door. It's a folding door. It folds up and out, so there's no pressure on the header. So it's connected to the sides, and it just rolls up. You just raise it up and hold it up. It's only 8 foot wide. So anyway, yeah, we'll see what happens. But I'm not sure where we're at. I'll start this video again when we get closer to another island. I'm not sure where we're at. I don't have GPS, so maybe that's Almagro. I don't know. Hell, I don't know. It is what it is. So, all right, I will talk to you guys in just a little bit. This is 30 minutes been blabbing, but there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to talk about. We'll talk about the baby. We'll do a video on the baby. Baby's cute, little boy. He's born. He was born October 28th. So that was in vitro, actually. We went to Istanbul, Turkey, and had that procedure done, and obviously it worked, and we had a little baby boy. So we're done. No more babies. Baby girl, baby boy. Chantel's 2, just turned 2 October 4th. So she's got a little brother. So yeah, life's good. Need to get everything situated so we can move here, and I'm gonna start a little business here. We'll get more on that later. That's a separate channel probably, because I don't want to mix the two up. It involves airplanes, so we'll do that. Anyway, just 30 minutes long, so I'll get back with you guys as soon as we get closer to an island somewhere where there's some civilization. See ya. It just goes right between your columns, so that doesn't actually make a column. So when you're done with that, you now put in your column, and that ties your two columns together, and you have rebar coming out of both with the column coming up the middle with your rebar. So that ties it together, and that sits on top of your column that you've already poured. So you have an extremely strong wall. And he said now is, you could crash an airplane into it, it's not going to move. So they don't know. So this is the first time they've done that. And they don't want to build hollow block anymore. They want to build forms because it's so much faster and so much easier. So, teaching these guys something too along the way, but you got to watch them every step of the way. So I'm really scared. I told my wife I don't really want to go because, I want to go to relax and get away, but I don't want to go because I don't know what they're going to do. So hopefully they do what I told them to. They had three simple things to do. They had to pour the forms that are already moved and put in place, ready to go. Pour them today. Leave them tomorrow. Don't disassemble them. Let that concrete cure a little bit. Take their footer they've already done and extend it on out and put a column at the end of it. Or just make the footer, put the column rebar in it. The next form in front of that, they're making like a box. The next form in front of that, it basically goes all the way to the end column, and I want two columns in between that with 8 foot because I'm going to put an 8 foot door in, and that's right in the middle. So in the middle, 4 foot out, 4 foot out, you got a column on each side. So, and then we'll probably put I don't know if I'll put a header beam in or if I'll just use 2x4 or 4x8 treated, because it's just a roll-up door. It's a folding door. It folds up and out, so there's no pressure on the header. So it's connected to the sides, and it just rolls up. You just raise it up and hold it up. It's only 8 foot wide. So anyway, yeah, we'll see what happens. But I'm not sure where we're at. I'll start this video again when we get closer to another island. I'm not sure where we're at. I don't have GPS, so maybe that's Almagro. I don't know. Hell, I don't know. It is what it is. So, all right, I will talk to you guys in just a little bit. This is 30 minutes been blabbing, but there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to talk about. We'll talk about the baby. We'll do a video on the baby. Baby's cute, little boy. He's born. He was born October 28th. So that was in vitro, actually. We went to Istanbul, Turkey, and had that procedure done, and obviously it worked, and we had a little baby boy. So we're done. No more babies. Baby girl, baby boy. Chantel's 2, just turned 2 October 4th. So she's got a little brother. So yeah, life's good. Need to get everything situated so we can move here, and I'm gonna start a little business here. We'll get more on that later. That's a separate channel probably, because I don't want to mix the two up. It involves airplanes, so we'll do that. Anyway, just 30 minutes long, so I'll get back with you guys as soon as we get closer to an island somewhere where there's some civilization. See ya.